Hi, Ryan. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Carrie.
In this wonderful bed.
Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Nick. Hi, Joshua.
In the spotlight, here to stay. Love and
Thank you, Eddie.
laughter all. We have trivia
Bonita.
questions. The guests show off their pets. From kitty cats to zebras.
Hi, Bree.
Realities make each one wanted. Hearts of flood, dreams undaunted.
Hi, Auntie.
Play for
Hi, Mary.
makes the show. Show.
Thank you, Mary. Hello, welcome in, everybody. Today's date is February the 2nd, 2026. Welcome into the show. This is a featured show here on the Meet Me platform. It is called Meow and Me. Meow means make each one wanted. We are a pet show and it's all about the pets. Okay. If you have a pet, and you want to bring your pet on the show, please hit my Instagram up with a DM and let me know, hey, I have a pet and I would love to be on your show. And we will schedule you a time to bring your pet on the show. And also, we're going to get started tonight with some bird trivia just to get ourselves going. Our special guest, Chai Latte, is here, you guys. She's down in the comments somewhere. Say hello, Chai Latte. If you guys want to hit her with a favorite, that'd be great. Also, please make sure you favorite all of these awesome gifters. They are all streamers here on the platform or just around, okay? Now, listen, I'm so excited that you took the time out to just click in on this stream, and thank you for taking your time to do that tonight. So let me see what you know about bird, okay? Which bird has the largest wingspan? Is it an ostrich, a golden eagle, a wandering albatross, or Ruppel's vulture? Which one do you think has the largest wingspan? An eagle? It is not the eagle, although that is a good guess. The ostrich is not it either. Is it an albatross? Yes. The largest known specimen of wandering albatross was a male caught and measured by an Antarctic research ship called the USNS in the Tasman Sea in 1965. It had a wingspan of 11 feet 11 inches. And as a result of its impressive wingspan, the wandering albatross is an expert glider. Yeah. And can remain aloft for long periods of times. And it can even go to sleep while it flies around. It can even sleep and fly. It fly sleeps. Okay. Even the wandering albatross, however, can't compete with a Terraturan, which a Terraturan, it existed 68 million years ago and it had an estimated wingspan of 25 feet. Of course, that's an extinct bird now, but that's where maybe it was a distant relative, like maybe you and Bruce Wayne. I don't know. Okay, how many species of birds are there in the world? Is it 40,000? Is it 5,000? Is it 10,000 or 20,000? How many species are there in this world of birds? 20,000? Good guess. 40,000? Good guess. It's either 5 or 10. Oof, oof. Let's go with 10. Yes, it's 10. There are approximately 10,000 known species of birds in the world. The best continent for bird watching is the South America, where over 3,200 species of birds are known to exist. Thank you, Deborah. This might be a too easy of a one, but I'm still going to ask. Tom is here. Hello, Tom. What color are the American robin's eggs in America? Are they pink? Are they green? Are they blue? Or are they white? Is a blue? You guys knew that one. It was too easy. That was too easy. Okay, many birds have pigment glands that deposit colors on their eggs as they pass through the mother's oviduct. Okay, so basically when she gives birth to the egg, right, it creates blue eggs. All right, now that doesn't happen with humans. Well, maybe it did because we do have Smurfs, right? No, 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 no. Okay, all right. Anyways, all right. Like, maybe that's how Smurfs came about. What do you think? I don't know. What is a group of owls called? Is it called a parliament? Is it a watch? Is it a brood or a colony? Is it a parliament, a watch, a brood, or a colony? Okay, is it a brood? No. Is it the parliament? Okay, all right, y'all know this. A group of owls is called a parliament. Group names for other birds include a bevy of quail, a brood of hens, a cast of hawks, a company of parrots, a dole of doves, a gaggle of geese, a host of sparrows, a murder of crows, a party of jays, and a rafter of turkeys, and a watch of nightingales. Yeah, that was a whole mouthful. You're welcome. You caught that, I hope. Top Batch Kauai in the building. You all please make sure you favorite each other here in the comments. All right. What bird has the longest lifespan? Now, I have asked this question in the past. You may know the answer, you may not. Is an ostrich, a parrot, a swan, or a cockatoo? Which one lives the longest? Which one? Thank you, Deborah. A parrot. All right, James Blonde with it. Some species of parrots have been known to live for more than 100 years. Ooh, so when you get a parrot, you may want to think about that. It's a long-term commitment to own a parrot. We know Mama Cass has a parrot that she's actually inherited from her parents as part of their will when her parents died, right? So that part. All right. Which bird builds nest that can house 200 birds and last 100 years? Hi, Real Vibes. Is it the black kite? Is it the Bayou weaver? Is it the sociable weaver? Or is it the little grebe? Oops, it's not the little grebe. Sorry, I gave you the answer. So it's either a kite or a weaver. Sociable weaver is correct. A sociable weaver's nest is perhaps the most spectacular structure built by any bird. Okay, like an apartment complex is what it looks like. It can house hundreds of birds and can be used for generation after generation after generation by those birds. Yeah. All right. Some of you like try to look like you're cool when you go out dancing to a club, you wear some big jewelry or whatever. But what bird inflates a bright red balloon on its neck to attract a mate? What bird blows up a bright red pouch on their neck to attract a mate? Is it the greater bird of paradise? Is it the magnificent frigate bird? Is it the eastern meadowlark or is it the sulfur-crested cockatoo? What do you think? Thank you. Is it the meadowlark? No, it's not. Is it the cockatoo? No, it's not. Is it this bird of paradise? No, it's not. It is the magnificent frigate bird. When the balloon is fully inflated to half the size of the magnificent frigate bird's body, he flaps his wings and rattles his bill to get attracted to attract his mate. Yeah. Some of you kind of do that too when you're out dancing. I'm just saying, you know. Now, if you think about the size of an ostrich, compare it to the size of a chicken, right? One ostrich egg would say is equivalent to the weight of how many chicken eggs? Like one ostrich egg is the equivalent of how many chicken eggs in weight? Is it 24? Is it 3? Is it 5? Or I'm sorry, 3. Is it 6 or is it 12? Is it 3? No, good guess. Is it 12? No. Is it 6? No. It is 24. One ostrich egg weighs 3 to 4 pounds, the equivalent of about 24 chicken eggs. An ostrich can lay as many as 70 of these massive eggs in 1 year. In 1 year. Thank you, OG Lucky. So think about that. It can lay as many as 70 eggs in 1 year, and it has about the equivalency of 24 eggs in weight for a regular chicken. Hi, Phone Bay. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. If you're just coming into Meow and Me, this is a featured pet show. We get started every week with a little pet trivia. Today, we're doing some birds, and we're doing a little bird trivia to see what you know about bird. Bird is the word. We also have a special guest named Chai Latte who is coming on in just a couple minutes. And then at the end, we have Pets in the News with Cat's Roar, who delivers us all the tea about pets in the world. Okay, so stick around, hang out. Make sure you favorite all of the gifters and each other in the comments, and I appreciate all the lovely comments. I can see them, but I can't respond to all of them because we're in the middle of the featured show, just to remind everybody. All right. Which birds build nests, right, that are considered a delicacy in dining in some countries? Is it a hummingbird? Is it a swiftlet? Is it the malafau? Is it the black kite? Which one is it? The hummingbird? Good guess. Is it the black kite? No, good guess. It's either the swiftlet or the malafau. The malafau, no, but it is the swiftlet, you guys. All right. Now get ready for this. Some swiftlets, appropriately named edible nest swiftlets, okay, build nests almost exclusively from their hardened saliva. That gives that a whole new meaning. In China, the saliva nests are used to make bird's nest soup and are one of the most expensive foods in the world. Despite having little flavor and no real traditional or nutritional value, people highly seek after these birds' nests because they use their own hardened saliva to make it. You're welcome. Little bird spit soup. Yeah. All right. That's the end of pet trivia for tonight. Chai Latte, please request the box. Let's get started with my special guest. We're done on the bird spit soup, you guys. That's where we're ending with pet trivia for tonight. So sorry. I hope you learned something new about our friends in the skies, because it doesn't ever hurt to know something new about another species. Let's get Chai Latte in the box. Jesse, please stop requesting the box. Hello, how are you, Chai Latte?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Now, who is this that you have in your hands?
This is Shadow.
This is Shadow. Aw.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, why did you name Shadow, and where did you get them from?
So he was given to me by a former boyfriend, and he followed me everywhere when he was a kitten, like into the bathroom, like into the other rooms in the living room. And I was like, he's like my little shadow following me around everywhere.
Oh, he's beautiful. Look
Thank
at
you.
him. Green eyes. Really black cat.
He has a little bit of white on his chest and around his neck, but yeah. He's getting sick of being held though, so I think I'm gonna put him down.
I definitely understand. Yeah, absolutely. Now, where did you get him from?
From a former boyfriend.
Oh,
So
former boyfriend.
he had heard from somebody that I guess a cat of theirs had kittens, like they were like barn cats basically.
Okay.
And they were just looking for homes for them. And at the time I didn't have any pets. And he surprised me with him one morning. I woke up and he's just holding this little black kitten. And I'm like, whose cat is that? And he's like, he's yours. And I was like, oh.
Oh my God. So, wow. So he didn't even tell you he was bringing in, he was like a pet.
Yeah, it was a total surprise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So were you, had you already had cats in the past
Yeah,
or?
I've had cats my whole life,
Okay.
basically. Just not as like an adult. They were like family cats that we had growing up, you know. So this was my first time having a pet like on my own, taking care of it, being it like my sole responsibility to take care of him. So
Now, so how long have you had him for, Chilaka?
so he will be 10 in October.
Wow. So you've had him for 10 years. So
Yep.
you can literally say that you came out of this relationship with the best part. You know what I mean?
Yes, I don't regret anything because if I hadn't moved to the town that I was living in at the time, I wouldn't have had him. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that is sweet. So you literally end up having a whole new kind of situation with a cat in tow,
Mhm.
which I'm so for it, you know. And I love that you named him Shadowy because he is dark and he follows you around. I mean, that's adorable.
Yeah,
That's
he has
cute.
many nicknames though.
Oh, what are some of his other nicknames?
So one of my friends that I met on here named him Shadley Shatterton the Third Esquire.
Can it get any longer than that?
Yeah, and I call him Shadley. I call him Puka. I make up Scrubby McMuffin is one of them. I don't know where I came up with that, but
Scrubby McMuffin. I
yeah.
like that. I like that. Well, okay, so you've had cats your whole life, so thank goodness, right? So, like, what's your favorite thing to do as being like, what's your favorite thing about being a pet owner? Because you've kind of had a long term like lifespan with pets, right? So, but like you could not be a pet owner. You choose to be one.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite part about it?
I would say the companionship that a pet gives, you know, like I'm single, I don't have any children of my own, so I consider him to be my child. You know, like I love this cat and I cherish every moment I have with him. You know, like I work a lot, I work 40 hours a week, so I'm not home that often. So I tried to, you know, spend time with him and make sure his needs are met too, because I know he probably gets bored being home alone while I'm at work. So,
Yeah, no, but I mean, companionship is a very good reason to have a pet, right? And I think that a lot of people could benefit from getting a pet instead of going to the bar again, you know?
absolutely. Yeah, like he's my emotional support animal, you know, like I can't imagine life without him, honestly. Like I would be so lonely and depressed without my animal. So, yeah.
If you had to pick Pokemon cards or Shadow, which one would you pick?
Definitely Shadow.
I feel like somebody knows something about you with
Yes.
Pokemon cards. Is this
Yes,
right, Charlotte?
I am a Pokemon card collector, so
Ah,
yeah.
it's the T for me in the comments, you know? It's the T for me in the comments. Like now, Shadow seems like to be like 10 years old. Does Shadow do anything that's naughty or weird or funny?
He is definitely a goofball. He gets random spurts of energy. Like he'll run from mind you, my apartment is not that big. I live in a studio. It's maybe like 500 square feet. He'll run from one end to the other and like make this weird noise. He'll be like, like running across the room. He had a naughty phase where he was doing bad things. He was urinating on my clothing at one point.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I had to address that. There was nothing wrong with him medically. I think he wasn't happy with me for taking him up to my dad's house and like him being in the car. I think there was some ID problems going on with him and like separation anxiety away from me and stuff. So it's fine now, but yeah, he chews on like these are my binders of my cards. He chews on the corners.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is definitely a personality and a half. He's a cuddle bug. He loves making his biscuits on me. I call it making biscuits when he like needs on me, and I'll be like talking to my friends on here. I'm like, all right, guys, what flavor biscuits are we doing tonight?
Yeah, like, well, listen, it's good first off that you have your collection in a book, it sounds like, because yeah, he knows that you love those Pokemons too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, big fact. He definitely
Yeah.
can tell. And somebody did make a comment down in the comments that sometimes yeah, pets have feelings, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes they do get angry, right?
Yep.
And now when your pet is pissed, what your pet does,
Yep.
like
Yep.
he definitely demonstrates it to you,
Yeah.
like how did you get him to stop?
Well, I changed his litter, first of all, thinking that was the problem, because I was like doing research online and like sometimes they're just not very like happy with their litter box situation. And I was like keeping it clean and everything. So I was like, maybe I just need to switch it up a little bit. So I did that for a couple months, but then I went back to using what I was using before and he's been fine ever since. So I think it was just like a behavioral thing. Like nothing was wrong medically. Like I bought that pretty litter, like that expensive litter, because I thought maybe he had like a urinary tract infection or something. you know?
And you know what? That's fair because cats will have some like issues with that when they do have urinary tract infections.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you hit the internet.
Oh yeah, I did my research and I was like, I am not taking him to the vet unless I absolutely need to. I'm not prepared financially for, a vet bill of $500 just for them to tell me, oh yeah, like just change his litter or change his litter box or whatever, but I think, like I said, I was doing a lot of like going places and dropping him off at my dad's house and just making my dad like take care of him for a little bit. And I would be like, oh dad, like, you just watch him for a couple of days or whatever, like he was a kid or something, like, send him to the grandparents' house. And I'm like, I don't think he liked going back and forth like that for like a while, and I wasn't really thinking about it at the time. I thought it was harmless because my dad took care of him for a little bit when I couldn't have a cat. So he loves my dad though. So like I knew it wasn't like, anything related to that, but yeah. Oh yeah, Bearded has a cat named Thor and he's adorable.
Yeah. Oh, and I have cats named Chuck Norris and Vinka. So facts. We have a lot of pets on the platform. And that's why we bring people on because you'd be surprised how many people here do have a pet, bird, snake, we've had an emu and all kinds of stuff. So, but back to Shadow and you, Chai Latte. Now, what have you learned about yourself since becoming a pet owner?
What have I learned about myself? I definitely had to learn more responsibility, and not rely on other people, you know, like making sure that, like I said, his needs are met, you know, first and foremost. Like I said, he's my child. So I think I've just learned, you know, a pet is, like you said about the parrots, it can end up being a lifelong commitment.
Yes.
And, you know, it's not just for funsies or just to have this animal just because you want an animal and you're not thinking it through. Like, I wasn't expecting to have him, like I said, but I took it on wholeheartedly because I've grown to love him, and he went with me everywhere. Like, I made a couple moves and stuff in the time that I've had him. Like, I lived in Philadelphia and I moved back, and then I lived with my ex for a little bit, and then my ex and I moved to another apartment. So Shadow's seen a lot of changes, and you know, I think it's unfair of me to expect him to adjust to all of that, you know. So like there was definitely a time when I was putting like unfair expectations on him, I think, you know, for a little bit. And I'm like, he's an animal, like he doesn't know what's going on. And you can't communicate with them, you know, verbally like you can with a human. Because I'm a teacher, like I went to school for teaching. I'm not a teacher now, but I have a teaching background. And so it's not like a child where you can kind of explain to them what's going on. Like all these changes happen, and you know, like I'm a child of divorce myself. So, you know, my parents sat me down and tried to explain to me what was going on. But with an animal, like there's that barrier, of course, you know, and I've just learned myself, like what I'm truly capable of, and like my needs, like he meets my needs as well, you know, like I struggle with the mental illness, and um, he is there for me. Like I'm all he has, you know, like I'm his whole world. And for me to be away at work for 8 hours a day, you know, he probably thinks, so my mom's never coming back, you know, and he doesn't know. But, you know, routine, you know, he knows that I'll come back, but there may be one day where something happens and, you know, you never know. But I've definitely learned a lot about, like I said, responsibility and like what I'm capable of. And I've just grown. Like, he's been with me since I was, well, 10 years ago, I was 24, you know, 23, in my early 20s, you know, still like figuring life out.
Right?
And what
Absolutely.
what I want in life, you know, career wise, you know, friends, like the boyfriend I was dating at the time. Obviously, like I left that relationship. That was like a toxic situation. So it's better off that I'm not with him anymore. But like I'll joke with him and I'll be like, do you remember your stepdad, and like, or your dad, or I'll be like, you need a stepdad, or like I had another cat at the time that was my ex's cat that like he couldn't take care of. His name was Spatula, who my friend told me he's been renamed to Thor since, and like we found a good home for him, so he's good. But I considered getting another animal recently, like a couple months ago, and I was like, you know what, like I don't really think that's the best move, you know. I don't think, I think he's a one cat household where he needs to be the center of attention, because you know, like some animals are like that, but you know.
And he may see it as like territory conflict, right?
Yeah, and I think that that would be a problem too. You know, he's like the alpha male kind of cat, so.
Mm. I mean, I get like a good alpha male. Listen, if you're just coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. This is a featured pet show here on the platform. We are here with pet owner Chai Latte Babe with her cat Shadow. Shadow has decided to take off. Okay, we saw him, and he was done being held in a space. So he has taken off, you guys. And then for the rest of the hour after Chai Latte, we do have pets in the news in about 15 minutes or 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, right around in there. So stick around, hit us with a favorite. Please favorite all the gifters as well. Where does Shadow sleep, chai latte?
with me.
Like in your bed, like on your head, on your face?
No, he knows not to do that because I toss and turn a lot. You know, like I have sleep apnea, so like I think he's scared of me when I'm asleep. So
Wait, what?
yeah, I make weird
Yeah.
noises. I make weird noises when I sleep. Like I can't explain it. It's just part of having sleep apnea.
Do you have the mask
I
on?
do, but like I'm really bad with wearing it. I need to get back on track with that. That's a whole other story. But he sleeps next to me usually like on the right side, and I have a queen size bed, so it's like big enough for both of us. But the right side is his side. So
Mm. So he is taking his territory.
yep. Yep.
You know, Binka does the same thing with me. I have no judgment. He is little spoon, in fact, at night. Binka is little spoon. I am big spoon. Strangely, I don't know. That's just the way it
I
goes.
try snuggling him, and after like 2 minutes he starts growling and I have to let him go. But I still
Yeah.
it's his paying his rent, you know what I mean? He has to pay his rent to live here. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I feel like I can get my stuff back in cuddles as well too, chai latte. I feel like I'm owed it. I'm owed it. So, okay. Now, one of my cats likes to take and go in the shower with me, right? He hops in. What do you do with your cat for grooming? Does he groom himself? Does he interested in hanging out in the water with you? Or is he just a solo? He's doing it by himself. Leave me alone. Thank you,
so
Ocean.
he's kind of gotten to the point where he's a little too chubby to reach in certain places, and on a recent vet visit, they noticed that like part of his fur was starting to get like some little mats in it. So like I have to brush him, and I just have like a shampoo, like a spray, like you know, little Burt's Bees spray or whatever, and it gets the tangles out. But he's not a fan when I do that. But I have to to make sure his fur doesn't get too matted because he's kind of like he's a short hair, but he's got some parts where like his hair is really like thick and long. Like especially his belly is like really fluffy and long. Like it's almost like a medium length hair. So
How did they get rid of the mats when you went to the vet? Did they cut
they
them out?
had a flea comb, like a metal flea comb that they were able to brush through them, and they said, you know, either I can get something like that or just another brush, you know, just making sure that I stay on top of it. And he doesn't get them very often, but every once in a while. He's not a long-haired cat like yours though, Bearded. Bearded has a very fluffy long-haired kitty.
I do too. Mine are fluffy and annoying as well, you know, both ends. Yeah, no, and it's fair. I mean, have you ever sprayed catnip on his butt and see if he can like get there?
No, but he does love catnip, so maybe I should give that a try.
There is a couple people who would love to see him. Is he anywhere close to you, chai latte, babe? Like
Yeah,
it's
I can grab him. Hold on.
okay, you guys hold on. She's gonna go grab him for you again so you can check him out. Hi, Amanda. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, he's a little chubby lover, is what we're saying. He's a little beyond fluffy. All right. He's the baby. Okay, he's the baby. Look at this baby. Isn't he beautiful, you guys? He's gorgeous. He's almost a solidly white cat, except for some white around his collar and area. He's 10 years old. He's a 10-year-old cat, and she's had him since he was just a little nugget. Isn't he beautiful? Really is beautiful.
Thank you.
Look at Mama. Oh, look at you, Mama. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. He's adorable. Oh, you're my baby.
He's kind of sleepy right now. I woke him up from a nap.
Are you so pretty? Are you so pretty? He is a little bit of, yeah. Do you guys love him? You definitely love him. Come on. I know you love him. If this cat was on the sidewalk, you would try to catnap him. Stop playing with me.
He's got a little jingle bell here.
Yeah. Is it so you know where he's at or so he doesn't scare you?
It just came with the collar. This has my phone number on it in case he sneaks out.
Well, that's smart.
So because I live in like a downtown area, and there's like alleyways and stuff, and I would be afraid that he'd get hit by a car, but so he doesn't go outside here. But my dad has like a more wooded area. See, he wants me to put him down again already.
That's all you guys get, okay? That's all you get.
So
Hit
yeah,
her
he
with a
doesn't go
favor and
outside
goes here if you want more.
here.
Thank you, Fizzy. Thank you. Yeah, no, he's a beautiful cat. And so he stays then, it sounds like due to like the like kind of the urban living inside of a like a city, he doesn't go outside anymore. He stays in.
No, but see, that's why I was taking him up to my dad's house so he could get more outdoor time. Like he's actually harness trained.
What?
So he will walk on a harness. Yeah.
Really? Like on catwalks?
Like, yeah, like I'll take him for a walk up at my dad's house and he'll walk with it. Like he leads like a dog does.
Will he go down the city sidewalk like that or
No,
just
no, he'd
outside?
be too afraid of the cars. I've already tried like where I lived in another apartment here. And he wouldn't even like hang out in the yard like area because there were cars going by and stuff. And I don't want to chance it that he, gets hit. So
Yeah, and I don't blame you. I think it's really interesting. Now, when did you start working with him on a harness?
So I lived in Philadelphia at the time, back when I was teaching, and he kept sneaking out of my apartment. And luckily, like it was an indoor unit, like there was like a hallway and like stairs and stuff. Like it wasn't like, an outside entrance or anything. So even if he snuck out, he would just take off and go down the hall or up the steps. And one time I had to chase him up like 3 flights of steps because he like took off. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I get a harness and see if he just wants to explore this building? Like he's curious. He's trapped in this tiny little apartment all day. Like, what's the harm in taking him for a little walk around the building,
Yeah.
And my neighbors were like, that is so cute. I love that idea that you're doing that. And I did take him outside the one time because there was like this more secluded area that was away from the street. And he hung out with me outside a little bit, but then like going to my dad's house when I moved back, because I was only in Philly for like maybe like 5 months. And I was like, you know what? Let me see if he likes being outside at my dad's. And he started like going on walks. And at one point, my dad was walking with him without even him being on a harness. Like he would just stay with my dad without even needing to be on the harness. And I actually had a pet pigeon at that point too that I rescued from New York City. So my dad was like this animal whisperer with my animals, like being a good little grandpa.
Listen, I'm a big fan of pet rescue and all of it sorts, all of the animals, I don't get me started. Okay, we only have a couple more minutes left, Charlotte. And I want to ask you, like, when can people check you out? Like, when do you stream? Like, when can people come and check you out? And if you haven't hit Chai Latte Babe with a favorite, please click on her name and hit her with a favorite.
The heart's not gonna work in the box, but so I work a lot, but I'm usually streaming. So I'm Eastern time. I usually get home around like 6, so I just give myself a couple hours to chill and whatever. I stream like at 8 or 9 o'clock usually during the week, sometimes later on the weekends or if I have a day off. But you reminded me, I didn't post my schedule. I'm trying to post a schedule again on Instagram. So my Instagram handle is just Chai Latte Babe, like my name. And I used to post schedules on there when I was streaming. Like I used to be on top of that. And so I'm trying to get better with it because I'm trying to be more consistent and make more of a presence for myself because I've been streaming since like 2022 back on POF. But I made a new account when Meet Me and POF split. So you know, I've been trying to be as consistent as I possibly can, but it's hard sometimes. So
It is, especially when you've got other responsibilities. All right. Well, that was perfect. My last question for you of the night.
yes,
Would you take $1 million for Shadow or would you keep Shadow?
I would keep him.
You
He,
would keep him over $1 million.
yes,
Oh, snap. She
he
does
is my
love her
lovey.
cat.
He is my soul cat. He came to me in a dream the other night. He was a big panther. And I said to him, "Oh, I said, I see your little soul animal is your spirit is a panther, huh?" And he just looked at me. It was so cute. I was like, "Oh, he's in my dream."
I mean, for real, too. And he's I mean, he's absolutely adorable and he's so
Thank you.
beautiful. I will say thank you for sharing him with all of us here in the Meet Me
Absolutely.
community.
Thank you for having me. It's been awesome. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. You guys, please make sure you once again click on her
Guys.
favorite, hit her with a favorite, go follow her IG as well. She's gonna post her schedule on IG.
Yes. Yes.
I
Hold
heard
me
it.
accountable.
You said it. I heard it. I heard it.
All right. See you later, Kitty.
Bye. Now, okay, so if you're just coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. This next part of Meow and Me is all about pets in the news. What viral pets do we got going on? Are there research studies that came out? Like, what do we know about pet safety for the time of year that we're in? All of the stuff, all of the things, all of the stuff, okay? And there's one person who delivers us this information week after week, and her name is Katz Rar, okay? Now, Katz Rar is our weekly person who comes in here and gives us all of the tea on the pet world. If you haven't favorited these awesome gifters, please come up here and click on their names and hit them with a favorite. Let's get Cats up in here. I can't wait to see what Cats got to say.
Rawr.
Hi, Cats.
So here's a little funny tidbit of information. I only realized about 15 minutes ago that today is February 2nd and not February 1st.
Right. It's Groundhog Day.
But when I did my research, I thought it was February 1st. So I looked up what Pet Recognition Day it was for February 1st. But very quickly, I switched gears and found February 2nd, thankfully in time. So did you know that today is also National Hedgehog Day?
No. What? Hedgehogs?
Me either. And it kind of ties into the whole groundhog thing, and I'll share that in a minute. But who knew that hedgehogs got a whole day, and that it's important that we help to protect the hedgehog? First interesting fact is, who knew? The first interesting fact is, you know those prickly things on a hedgehog? I always thought they were kind of like porcupines, the kind of that they have. I didn't know that they're really just like pieces of hair that are kind of, like glued together in a sense, that they're not actually like thorns like you would think, like whiskers, somebody said, yes, which is kind of cool, which I didn't know. But more importantly, hedgehog numbers are declining across the world. The majority of hedgehogs across the world are in North America, but they are also popular and present in Europe and other countries. So just to talk a little bit about a hedgehog and what their environment or their living environment is like, they primarily like to live and to graze and to hang out in like garden environments. So they say that it's like super, while gardening and growing vegetables and things like that is great for the environment, of course, a lot of animals, of course, are part of the environment. So what they said is that while you're gardening, if you happen to come across a hedgehog that's in need of help, the important thing is to keep it warm, make sure you keep it away from your other pets, and to offer it fresh water.
Okay.
Human food or anything like that. More interestingly, that there are 14 species of hedgehogs across the world. Had no idea. And as I mentioned, they are in the United States, but also in Europe, Africa, and Asia, a couple of other countries, just to name a few. And what they said was that the hair, this is what I was trying to say, is that their little spikes are actually pieces of hair that are held together by keratin. And that's what makes the spiky things on a hedgehog. Had no idea. Had no idea. And National Hedgehog Day is a Roman tradition preceding the modern Groundhog Day. So here's the tie-in. While groundhogs are native to North America, various animals have been used in Europe to protect against the end of the winter and the coming of spring, including the hedgehog. So very similar to how we wait to see is it Punxsutawney Phil, if I'm saying that correctly, and we wait to see if he's going to see his shadow. In Europe, in countries like Ireland, if a hedgehog was seen, it was at the start of February, it was thought to be a sign of good weather and promises of warmer days. So that's kind of the root of where the modern day Groundhog Day came from, was kind of from the old school Hedgehog Day, if you will.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know either. And I just learned this at 9:31 p.m. As I was watching you and your guests. So just, again, interesting news. There are certainly a lot of folks who have hedgehogs as pets. They're a popular pet to have. But it was just interesting to learn about the tie-in with Groundhog Day, which is today.
I mean, it's fascinating, right?
And I would love to see a hedgehog on this show.
Does anyone have a hedgehog? Anyone? Can we get a hedgehog or a guinea pig, please?
Guinea pig would be like top notch. Just saying.
I'm trying. How does not one person in all of the Meet Me platform have a guinea pig cats? I don't know.
I don't believe it, because or someone's child has a guinea pig. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's not if it's in your household, it counts as yours.
Yeah, like
right.
Someone's got to have one, right? Like somewhere.
I agree, because they're a very popular pet. Switching gears a little bit, we talk about pet safety a lot, and unfortunately, we know that in the winter there are a lot of fires. Whether it's because people are using alternative methods to stay warm, we use space heaters, those kinds of things. And just a couple of quick fire prevention tips to keep your pet safe that I thought would be a good time of year to talk about. So very basic tips, but you obviously want to keep your pets away from open flames, space heaters, stovetops, just as you would children. And there are certainly safety measures that you can take, whether you find those safety measures available on the packaging for your space heater or whatever it is that you use. But a lot of it is just common sense, and understand that your pets don't necessarily know that something's hot or could be dangerous. Making sure that you blow out and extinguish candles that are in a room. Avoid using extension cords or chewed electric cords. I found out very recently I have like a fireplace insert in my fireplace, and when we went to turn it on for the first time this winter, realized that one of my dogs chewed through the cord and we had no idea. Again, it could be very dangerous, so you want to make sure that you're checking those cords and that you don't leave them exposed for your pets to get to.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah. Plus, I mean, what if something's on top the cord, it's chewed through, something's on top the cord. I mean, these fires happen quickly and fast.
Very quickly. And that also kind of leads to the next thing, is that, making sure that if you have a curious pet, making sure they're secured when you're cooking or using other heat sources. I have a small dog and a big dog. My big dog likes to stand up in front of my stove. And, you know, she's basically the height of a small child. And I'm always worried that she's going to try to go up there when I'm, you know, if I turn away for a second, or if I'm done cooking and that it's still hot or whatever. And then the only other thing that they mention is to keep lighters and matches also away from your pets. Now, granted, you know, I don't know that Chuck Norris is going to have enough sense to go with a match. However, if he ate those matches or something else happened, it could be, you know, again, a dangerous situation. This time of year, it's also good to check your fire alarms. I'm sure, you know, that's not new advice to anyone, but certainly check. And then, God forbid, there was an emergency such as a fire in your home. Think about what your plan would be ahead of time. You know, make sure that you have leashes that you're able to reach, or a carrier, you know, depending on what kind of pet you have, or a cage, or whatever it may be, just so that you know where they are in case of an emergency. And that's not just for a fire, that could be any emergency. They always say, like, bring your pets with you, but never go back inside to get them. You know, that's advice from fire people. Now, I might dive into a window to save my dog. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, the best advice is to wait until emergency services get there and let them go in to try to locate your pet and save them.
Yeah.
That's hard, but.
I mean, I don't talk about this very often. But, you know, I was in a house fire, and I did lose 2 pets in a house fire. And I will say that it is a very important thing to let, you know, to let people know that you do have the pets. Sometimes things are to a point where you can't do anything about it. I will say that it's very important to think about these kind of things if you do have pets, because, to be fair, I never thought I would go through that, and I have. So I think that it's something that is reasonably like something to think about, especially at this time of year where people are using space heaters and alternative forms and methods of heat. Like, some people are leaving their ovens turned on. Some people are having space heaters. Some people, like, there are automatic switches that will turn things off if they overheat. There's a lot of things to think about when it comes down to it with this. And these are all really good tips.
Yeah, and John says that they have several stickers on their windows saying how many pets they have. I remember when I bought my first house and I lived alone, and, you know, my dad always thought I was like helpless. And I remember he got stickers that had a picture of my dog on them. And it said something like, if there's a fire or emergency, come save me inside. And everybody made fun of me. But I had those stickers on my back door. I had it like on my front door in the corner, but everybody made fun of me. But I got to tell you, it's no joke. You know, anything that you can do to perhaps save your pets' lives in an emergency is definitely worth it. So
Yeah, absolutely.
And on that note, we know that February can be viewed kind of as the month of love. We know that Valentine's Day is coming up on February 14th. So maybe you want to show your pet some extra love in the month of February. So just some ideas on how you can do that. One is just spending more quality time together. So, you know, we all have busy lives, and sometimes, you know, we're not home as much as we would like to be with our pets. But maybe for the month of February, maybe you can, you know, carve a little extra time to spend with your pets.
Right. Everybody loves more time together, cats.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, sometimes it's not hard, but sometimes it just time management or whatever it is, to spend some extra time. Add variety to their routine. We get bored. Our pets get bored sometimes too. So whether that is, buying some interactive toys with them, or doing something different with your pet, just adding some variety just kind of makes it more interesting, breaks it up, for your pet.
Everybody loves
Um,
variety.
Absolutely, absolutely. Show love through gentle grooming. So, you know, not all grooming is fun. Let's just be honest when it comes to our pets. Some pets are more into it than others, but sometimes, you know, brushing your pet, giving them baths, maybe spraying a little perfume, I don't know, whatever it is, depending on what your pet is, can certainly be comfortable. And it's not just about cleaning your pet per se. You know, it could be a little nail clip. Sometimes it's just the time that you're spending with them while you're giving them that care. But just again, an idea to do. Healthy treats make happy pets. So maybe you always wanted to take a stab at making your own pet treats. Could be a good time to do it in February. You know, whether you have a cat, a dog, a bird, there are lots of homemade pet treats and food that you can make. You can find lots of recipes on the internet. So that could be an option. And last but not least, they suggest keep up with preventive care. We know that already, but maybe February is a good time to schedule those appointments because, of course, we want our pets to be around as long as possible. So taking them to the vet every once in a while is probably a good idea.
It sounds like a great list to me.
And that's all I got.
Like the entire list is right. That part. Do all of the, I mean, honestly, I think on the list, cats, what would be one thing on the list that you think would be most beneficial to your two doggas?
You know, one thing I've never really done is make like homemade treats.
Oh.
So that's something I think I would like to try. I've always thought about it. I've looked at recipes, I've saved recipes, and it's not like it's hard. I just don't make the time to do it, to be honest. So that's something maybe I would try. What about you?
I mean, I have made homemade treats for Chuck Norris and Binka, so I can't say that one. But I don't know. I kind of low key like want Binka to get a blowout. You know, Binka's never been to an official cat groomer, but Binka likes water. So I think Binka would do well by going to a groomer, but I've just never had to do it like, you know, but it might be fun adventure. I don't know if he'd find that to be anxiety driven for him or if he'd like it. You know, but maybe I should try it and see what he feels like if I did. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I had a dog for so many years that had to be groomed I'm so thankful that I have dogs that no longer have to be groomed, that I can just throw them in the tub and go. I'm not going to
Right.
lie.
Yeah. I feel that way about Binka, you know, and Chuck, he doesn't, you know, Chuck just licks himself. So
Do you have to brush your cats? When cats
I
have long
still
hair,
brush
do you have to
them.
brush them?
Yeah, brush them every other day. You know,
Oh,
if I had to brush them every day, they'd probably hate me. They get every other day.
oh, that's pretty
Binka
good.
hops into the shower with me every day, you know, but I won't let him sit inside it for like all the time because he would if he could, and I don't have time for it. I have stuff I want to get done.
I hear you. I hear you. But that's
I
cool
know
that
that's weird. It's weird, right? Because they're cats, but I'm just saying, you know?
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So,
So,
so that's all I got. So my best advice is, you know, come up with a way that you can share, you know, show your pet a little extra love this February. Not that all of you don't show your pets extra love every day.
true story. We love our pets. Do you, anything else you want to share, cats?
Sure. I have an auction coming up on March 6th. It is a food icon auction. So I will be dressing up as the laughing cow, something fun. And also I am starting a show here on the platform, just trying to do some test episodes in the month of March. So if you have an interest in joining a debate style show to talk about some controversial, but maybe not so controversial as just popular topics, you know, check me out on Instagram and give me a shout.
Yep. That's perfect. All right. Thank you, Cats. Thanks for all your time tonight.
Thank you. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, guys. So, you guys, if you haven't favorited Cats, please make sure you click on her name and hit her with a favorite. And if you're just coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. This is the end of the Pet Show. That was another week of Meow and Me. Thank you to Chai Latte Babe for being my special pet guest, to Cat's Roar for giving us all the scoop with pets in the news. And I hope you learned some things about birds again today. That's it for us. Please make sure you also click up everybody up in here and hit them with a favorite. These are some of my most favoritist people on the platform, all right here. If I didn't get to say thank you for the gifts, I'm going to tell you now, thank you for the gifts. It's very hard during the show to tell people thank you, you know?